Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of October 2020. I want to wish all of you who have a birthday coming up, happy birthday. I do hope that this is a good one for you. I'm not gonna lie, the astrology this month is quite interesting. I don't even have the astrology blog finished yet. I'm making some final edits that will be available in the next few days. But I will be referencing some of that throughout this reading, but if you want a more thorough view, keep your eyes peeled for that astrological blog, which will be linked down below. You can also find links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called, as well as all sorts of good information. It's all in the description box. I am really curious to just start pulling some cards for you, Scorpio. It's a big month, and we have some pretty hard aspects that are going on. We have two full moons this month on the 1st, so tonight we have Aries, a full moon in Aries, and then we have a full moon in your opposite sign on Halloween on October 31st. So there's a lot of endings, or a lot of changes that are going to start happening this month. And we have Mercury joining Mars in retrograde. And Mercury goes retrograde in the middle of the month on the 14th. So there could be lots of delays or miscommunications or misunderstandings. And with Mars being retrograde, people's egos are already a little bit wounded. So you might be feeling like you're walking on eggshells with other people. And this is going to be coming up for you a lot because you have so much emphasis in your 7th house, in Taurus, your relationships. You have Uranus that's been there for some time, and that's actually going to be opposing your energy as we enter into Scorpio season later in the month. So, a lot of things are going to be changing this month, and we might not even be seeing that it's happening until November, because that's when Mercury goes direct. And you might be feeling very scattered or easily distracted. You could also be dealing with some old grudges or old feelings with Mercury in your sign like that. And that could even be coming up with people coming back from the past. Just a lot of things to keep in mind. These cards are coming out a bit slowly, so I'm just going to keep talking about the astrology until I get one more here. And your ruling planet, Pluto, is going direct. And that's being joined by Saturn that just went direct on September 29th. Both of these are in Capricorn, and again, there's a lot of things that are moving now. And there's a lot of things in our daily life that's going to make that really hard at the same time. So be sure to take care of yourself. You know, we are coming into your season, Scorpio. It is all about you. I'm trying to think when we have this new moon. Oh shoot, I think I want to say it would be around October 15th. If someone in the comments wants to make that correction, by all means, go ahead. Okay, a lot of cards just came out. Let's see what we have here. We have the 8 of Swords, but I'm almost feeling like this is kind of a reversal. I don't read reversals with these cards all the time, but I feel like you're getting out of a stuck situation or a way of thinking that has made you feel trapped. This 8 of Swords is really interesting because we see this woman, this harpy, technically, surrounded by these swords, and she has this kind of ribbon thrown over her eyes. It's not even a blindfold like it is traditionally. And it's like you're about to see something. Something is about to become very clear for you, especially with the judgment coming up in your emotions. And this could already be something that was clarified for you coming into the month, but there's this real taking off the blindfold. And maybe you're still in the process of that. Maybe you felt this calling and there's still things you're just starting to see now. But this feels big. This feels really big, Scorpio. You feel a big shift that's happening, and it's making you either feel less stuck or something in your physical reality is actually shifting that made you feel trapped. We also have the 9 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the 3 of Wands all coming out together here. And it's like you're thinking about your future happiness, your future stability. For some of you, this could be a spiritual calling with this Judgment card, and that makes sense because when we're in Libra, we are in your 12th house, your subconscious, your spirituality, your mysteries. And it seems like there's this change that's coming for you that you're really looking forward to, actually, with this 3 of Wands. And you could be in the process of learning new things or tapping back into your passions, especially if there's something creative for you. And this 9 of Wands, again, it's like, or I'm sorry, this 9 of Pentacles, this 9 of Coins. You've gained a lot of wisdom from whatever this old way of being was. With this owl here. And I feel like you're finally starting to see some stability. Either opening up in your life, already happening in the first half of October, or this could be something that's coming. You're figuring out where you want to be, is how this really feels. And what you want to be doing. Because if you're being totally honest with yourself, you might have felt stuck with something that you've been doing. But there's been a big shakeup that's happening here. Let's pull an animal card, and then we will look at the second half of October. But, you know, with Pluto going direct in Capricorn, I think you're making some big strides in the first half of October. Or again, you're at least starting to. Because I feel like there's some major life changes you're going to be making. And I'd be surprised if it happens so suddenly, to be honest with you. But, cheetah, okay? Things are happening quickly. And when I see the cheetah, a lot of this is about finding your purpose and running towards your purpose. It's this solar energy that is burning inside of you. And it's kind of reminding me of this Page of Wands, actually, as well. This energy, this enthusiasm, this excitement. There's something in your life that's really bringing that back for you. And in a way, it does feel like a return of some kind, or it's like you're getting back on track. And there's a lot of movement and progress here. And again, with Mercury and Mars retrograde, this might not be an immediate thing. But your engines are definitely starting up, or they're already running. And again, I don't know why I keep thinking this, there could be someone from the past coming back. With this Judgment card, that popped out at me again. And that 3 of Wands. And it's probably not the person you're expecting. A lot of the time when people are talking about this for Mercury retrograde, I think they're thinking of a specific individual in mind, like an ex. This could be something that you totally forgot about, or someone you totally forgot about, and it feels like there's an opportunity that's attached to them, or there's something about them that's just inspiring you into pursuing something for yourself. And there is this working together with the Three of Pentacles. Just popped out here. And that's going to be an important thing for you. And really just working in general. And this Three of Pentacles is interesting because it's like a genie, almost. Making a wish. Asking of something. And there's almost a message in that of being careful with who you're working with. And it's funny because a lot of this energy is in your third house, your community, your tribe, the people closest to you, not necessarily your family, but what used to be considered your neighborhood, your village, your town, your local community. And again, in today's day and age, the third house is a bit different. But you could be working towards something, building something. And the Three of Pentacles is usually a pretty positive indication of things going well. But again, with Mercury being retrograde, don't be surprised if you think you're on the same page with someone and then you realize in November that you had completely different interpretations of something, or there's just a misunderstanding or miscommunication, or something doesn't end up coming through. I want to put that on the table here, but I think it's a good idea to work with other people. And maybe that's just getting advice. Two of Pentacles. Interesting. Trying to make a decision. Yeah, you really are trying to figure out, who am I supposed to be working with? What feels right to me? What is worth my time and energy right now? That's really, really important. And you know, even though we are going to be ending up in Scorpio season at the end of the month, Libra season really is the scales. It's weighing things out. What's important to me. And things could be a little bit rocky. It might not be smooth sailing, but honestly, Scorpio, you're feeling very confident or very fired up. You're very determined. And you're doing the work. There might be a change that's happening for you, though, or you're figuring out how to change, how to make the change still. And you know, I gotta be honest, when I see two cards like this next to each other, when we go from the 3 to the 2, there may be a little financial loss. There may be something like that, or a loss of stability in the second half of October. It doesn't feel like a big deal, though. Whatever is going on, I'm not so worried about it, Scorpio. Or there's something that you're anticipating, a change that you're anticipating in your work or home environment. And there could be some disappointment with this Four of Cups. And again, someone could really be trying to make you an offer that you're not so sure about. And to be honest, I don't even think you're supposed to know what to do. I think you're just supposed to kind of be aware of it. Some of you will have a clearer sense of what you're supposed to do with this offer. I feel like you really need to get back in touch with what's most important to you, Scorpio. Because we started off the month with this Judgment card here. There was this calling. And you know there's this direction that you're trying to make, or a change in direction you're trying to make, or you've already started taking. And astrology aside, whatever's going on, there's gonna be bumps in the road. And you can't always look at those as reasons not to do something. You had this cheetah energy, you had this very big drive at the start of the month, and now you're kind of contemplating things, second-guessing things. You might be combing through your social networks as well. You might be... Some of you actually might be just removing yourself from social media for a moment, or for a while. I actually felt that. But I feel like some of you are just combing through your friends list is like the way I visualize this. It's like you're going through all your relationships and really figuring out who is actually important to you, who is actually worth your time and energy. And it's like there is this low-hanging fruit, Scorpio, that you're not necessarily taking right now. There's this apple right above your head, but you're still looking at the past. I do want to clarify this a little more. What is this Four of Cups? This all feels so connected. This could be a romantic relationship for some of you. To be honest, I'm not really getting that overt sense, which is interesting because we do have a full moon again on October 31st in your opposite sign. And I think the way that you show up in relationships is really going to be changing, as well as the people that you are working with very closely, or your partners, your romantic partners. Oh, that's way too many. Let's try again. Here we go. The Hermit. Yeah, you really are taking this Mercury retrograde to take some time for yourself, and maybe that is just what you need to do, to be honest. You need to figure out what's important to you. You need to get back in touch with your own light. And this Hermit is interesting, really looking at him though, because this is a monk. And even though monks are very quiet and introspective, they're often together in a monastery. And so it's almost like you're finding these spiritual people, these like-minded people, and thinking about something together. Could be involving a Virgo energy as well. Maybe you're reconsidering things with a Virgo, or really weighing out the situation. But really what I see this as for you, Scorpio, is there's a lot of movement and a lot of momentum at the start of the month, and it might feel like things suddenly slow down or you start second-guessing yourself. And I will say, even with all this energy in the first half of the month, Cheetah does have this sort of message of looking before you leap, because it's like once you're moving towards something, it's like you're going towards it very quickly. And you can burn yourself out. The cheetah is not a marathon runner, it's definitely a sprint towards something. And you might just be seeing that, oh, this is going to be taking some time, and maybe this is slower. Right as I say that, the buffalo comes out. Slow and steady pace. And it's still strong, is the thing. Whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, or the changes you're making, or even the relationship you're in, I do feel like there's still this very strong forward-moving energy, but it's slowing down a bit. And you might be misinterpreting this, or you might make that mean that something isn't working. And that could be true. But trust in that pace. Buffalo is all about endurance. Which is why it's so funny. I was just talking about Cheetah being the sprinter. This is the marathon runner. And also having a strong faith. Faith in your calling. Faith in this vision or this drawing that hold on you at the start of this month. I was saying, this is gonna take time, Scorpio, this is gonna take time, and it's almost like you come out as Cheetah, like, I'll show you. But I think there's more work to this, or there's more energy or effort than you might be accounting for. But that doesn't mean that you chose wrong, and I think you know that, but you are second-guessing yourself a little bit. And you are still trying to make some really important decisions. And maybe there's another decision that comes into play that ends up taking precedence. And it's really important with Buffalo that you are spiritually connected with meditation or with yoga, whatever that is for you. Because Buffalo is very grounded, but I also see these horns kind of like antenna reaching up to the heavens. And there's this bolt of lightning that's happening in the background, and Buffalo just keeps looking forward. And there could be things that you are missing. So again, don't feel like you need to rush through this month or rush through things right now. If you can give yourself more time, do it. Because Four of Cups, it's like there's something you're overlooking here. Even in this Buffalo card, it's like you're so focused on your goals, you might not even be noticing that lightning bolt in the background, and that's ordinarily not a bad thing. It's like nothing is going to faze you, your faith is unshakable, but there could still be things that you're not noticing. So really read the fine print before signing contracts, all the cliche Mercury retrograde stuff, right? And there's a lot of you just thinking about your life and the way you're showing up in it. And even with the full moon that we have tonight, on the 1st, it's in Aries. And it could have been this morning now that I think about it. I know the moon has been in Aries, but whenever that peak is, wherever that lands in your chart, really look for that degree. I believe it's, I want to say 9 degrees. That 9th degree of Aries, where does that fall in your chart? That's something to kind of look into. There's a change that's happening there. And for Scorpio in general, talking about you as a sun sign, this is also going to be affecting your 6th house, which is your routine, your rituals, and the life you live every day. And you might be making some changes there. That's actually going to help you move forward as well. And again, this could be a yoga routine or some sort of spiritual practice. But it looks good. Honestly, Scorpio, I feel really good about your reading, which is interesting because the energy for the collective this month is honestly pretty chaotic. Whatever it is that's going on for you, I feel pretty strongly that you're working things out, you're making things happen. There might be a little delay, or things might not be happening at the pace you thought they would be, but I don't want you to second guess that or to make it mean that just you're not supposed to be doing something that you felt very strongly called to. Yeah, trust this calling. Trust your intuition. And this meditation, by the way, this monk, this buffalo, this judgment card, and the 4 of Cups, it's telling me that if you're meditating and doing mindfulness meditation, it's going to help you see little details that you might have overlooked. And those are all the messages I have for you this month, Scorpio. I do hope that this was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what this calling is, what this judgment is for you, what this thing is that is lifting your spirits and making you excited again. I would love to hear about it. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care.